Hey guys, Marslinger here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so AGL TURLES has just got his EZA, and of course the big question is going to be, I'm sure on a lot of people's minds when it comes to Global, how good is this man going to be in what is basically the hardest fight in the game, Red Zone Broly. So we're going to jump in and find out. We're using the Captain Ginyu team again. Now, when it comes to Red Zone Broly, I'm probably going to do another video against Omega where we can probably get away with using the Str LR TURLES as his partner. But in this video, we absolutely cannot do that. Str LR TURLES will get absolutely destroyed by AGL Broly. You know, even if they take a super from like the tech phase, they will take a lot of damage. Because the big thing you have to remember when it comes to this event, or any Red Zone stage that we have released so far, maybe it will change in the future, but all of the enemies are extreme. So that means that TURLES is not getting the defense 40% to all allies, which includes himself as well. So defensively, it's going to be a lot worse on this team. Now, we've brought the Int LR Exchange Vegeta. I've actually never used him in the Red Zone up to this point, or at least definitely not against Broly, if I have used him somewhere. He's one of the better link partners for TURLES on this team. Wow, yeah, see, on this rotation we only get Fierce Battle, and that is the biggest problem with TURLES, is his links outside of like other TURLES units. So he has 174k defense with only Fierce Battle active. Remember, he is going to raise his defense on super attack, so he is going to be over 200k. He's going to be at what, 220-ish, something like that, after supering. And of course he could stun Broly as well in this first phase, which would be quite nice. So I think what we will do on the other turns, because I want TURLES to finish him off here, hopefully, is we'll run Golden Frieza in slot 1 and TURLES in slot 2, I guess. And then when we get that Vegeta float in, he'll be pretty good in slot 3, giving him those extra links. We get the stun on Broly, so that's good. Although the Int Vegeta, he might be pretty good for the tech phase coming up next, but the only problem is, of course, that neither the TURLES or the Int Vegeta really are that great as slot 1 units. So running them as a rotation together is risky even in normal content, and then when it comes to basically the hardest boss in the game, then yeah, we're gonna be struggling a little bit potentially. So we'll see how we get on. Oh, perfect. Perfect. He super attacked in slot 1. I'm pretty sure Ginyu would not be built up enough defensively to tank a super in slot 2. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. Although this is what, turn 3. I brought the Bulma support memory because I only bought Whis for the Str AOE phase. So that's going to go off next turn and we're going to get a heal, even though we don't really need it here. It's the only problem with the Bulma one. It's a really good heal, but it's the fact that unless you get damaged really early on and have a Pure Saiyan, so it procs early, it goes off on turn 4 even if you don't need it. So I've seen a few people say, and I think I might be inclined to agree at this point, that the 17 and 18, the orange film one, is probably slightly better, because you get less of a heal, but you get it when you're below a certain amount of HP. So that can be turn 2, so like the Bulma one, it can still trigger early, which is good, but it could also be like turn 10, whereas the Bulma one's just going to go off on turn 4 regardless. So Bulma one is going to go off on the next turn. After supering, physical LR Ginyu should take double-digit damage from Tech Broly here, because he's already super attacked, so we know that that isn't going to be awaiting us in the wings. I mean, to be fair, through the power of like the Ginyu Force units, we probably are going to be able to get this run done, but TURLES himself is the issue, right? So on this rotation, if TURLES doesn't crit, he won't finish off Broly. Now, what links have we got? We get Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepared for Battle, and Brutal Beatdown. Now, the only problem is, let's check Saiyan Warrior Race. Not many of those give any defense, if any. Yeah, Saiyan Warrior Race is just attack. Fierce Battle is obviously giving him 20% attack. Brutal Beatdown is 15%, and then what was the other one? Prepared for Battle. So 5% defense. So he's not exactly getting a lot of defense from these extra links. And that is, of course, the big problem when it comes to Red Zone Broly, is a lot of support units that you might want to bring in other events are not really going to be super useful in this event, because obviously Broly is such a high damaging unit. There's a lot of support units that you just cannot run in this event. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully Turles is able to take him out. Otherwise we'll get to see how much damage Turles is going to take, which, spoiler alert, it's probably going to be a lot. Because after supering, he's going to be at what, like 230 maybe? 4.7 million on the attack is not bad, but unless we get a crit, yeah. Ooh, 90k. Don't super? Okay, didn't super, so we are going to live, at least. But yeah, 90k from normal attacks from Tech Broly. I mean, is that bad? No defensive support on the rotation, and he's taking 90k. I mean, taking 90k is not ideal, don't get me wrong, but I mean, weaker tech units would be absolutely destroyed by that, so I can't complain too much. And of course, this is going to allow us to get the transformation with one of the Ginyus, so that we can pop a heal. Jeez, look at that guest Ginyu, how high their defense is. So I guess we'll be transforming them. I did not realize that the skip was on, but that's fine. And now we actually get a good linking setup. You know, I think we can actually legitimately not even use an item this turn. Because even AGL Ginyu, if he gets hit by the AoE... Yeah, see, Mama's only got 220k defense. It's probably not going to do that much. You know what? Let's pop the one and we'll see what happens. Because I feel like we could probably get away with not having to use the other one. And then we'd at least have one saved for the AGL phase. Because the thing is, if Turles is taking 90k from the Tech Broly, a lot of that is because of the type disadvantage. But AGL Broly does hit incredibly hard. Now, normal attacks, if he's not doing the AoE, I would imagine that post-super, Turles will tank STR Broly reasonably well. I'm not sure if he'll take double digits after only one super, but he's obviously not going to be taking crazy amounts of damage. Obviously, best case scenario here, Broly AoEs after the other AGL Ginyu gets his super attack. Because then he at least gets an extra defensive stack, and there's the possibility that he's going to super multiple times. I think, isn't this Ginyu, didn't he like triple super on the first turn or second turn that he was on? Something like that. This is why his defense is so high before he transformed. But we got the Whis active, so obviously Raccoon and Guldo with their guard and a Whis, they take double-digit damage. Shout out to 5'9". And then he took, what was that, like 90k? So without a Whis, we definitely wouldn't have died. It'd be like, what, 150, something like that? It's not too bad. There's definitely not what you want when you have like physical Ginyu on the rotation, right? Physical Ginyu is when you need double Whis. So, in fact, I think physical Ginyu is on the next rotation. And since we've got to put him in slot 3, we probably have to use the Whis. And that's the only downside to this event. Well, I say the only one. Like this turn, we probably win this turn. But if the AoE is anywhere except the final slot, I don't know if Ginyu survives with only one Whis active. In fact, I'm fairly sure he doesn't. So we have to go ahead and activate the other one. Now, the only upside, of course, is the fact that if we do finish him off this turn, then obviously we're going to get one turn against the AGL Broly where we have a Whis active. So that'll be quite nice. But let's see what we get here with this extra bit of support for Turles. Not a lot of links. In fact, does he link with physical Ginyu at all? I think he literally only has Fierce Battle active again on this rotation. And this is, yeah, he doesn't link with him at all. 4.1. Okay, so this is obviously, as I said at the beginning, like Turles' biggest issue is link partners. In fact, we are, unless the LR Ginyu crits, and even if they do, we're probably not finishing him off this turn. So Turles, yeah, biggest issue is his links, because his Turles specific links, like Destroyer of the Universe, he didn't super, oh my god. Destroyer of the Universe and stuff like that, like that, should we just put Ginyu in slot 1? Because then it cuts down the number of, actually no, it doesn't matter, because he's either supering in slot 1 or he's dead, so I guess it doesn't actually matter. So we'll just do this. We still have one Whis active. I'm hoping that means the Goku and Vegeta would survive. They've only got 168k defense. We have got full health, though. But don't super? Okay, good. Alright, so the second Whis ended up being wasted because he didn't super. That's what's so crazy about Broly, right? Is the AoE so dangerous that, like, you know, with certain teams or certain units on the team, you kind of have to use the Whis to protect yourself. But that's why Scouter effects are so powerful in this fight. Because if we'd known that he wasn't going to super on that turn, then I wouldn't have used that extra Whis. And then I guess to be fair, I probably would have had to use it on this turn, but then we would still have a Whis up ready for the next turn. So this is where it's going to be super interesting, because now we're going to have AGL Turles against the AGL Broly. So type neutral, hardest boss in the game. He's only attacking, what is that? Oh, that's 3 times. Ooh, this is going to be spicy. Now, this is the thing, right? We talked about Turles. I guess we could float him off now, but Turles is probably a must-run support unit on a lot of his teams. And most of the time, you're going to be using him as a 3rd slot floating unit. So I'm going to put him in the 3rd slot here. We've already seen him get a bunch of attacks off. He's only got Fierce Battle active again, so we're not really seeing anything new. But what I kind of want to see from this is how well he functions doing what I would essentially use him on the team to do, right? Which is to be a 3rd slot floating unit. So if he can survive the normal attacks from Broly, okay, there's 1 super, that's good. We do know Broly can super twice, though. Because I'll tell you right now for free what you probably already know, and that is that if he super attacks Turles, we are dead with a capital D. So hopefully he's either not going to super again this turn, or he supers Frieza again. Okay, I don't know if Ginyu would even live, to be fair, because this Ginyu has not super attacked a lot. He might survive a super attack, but I feel like we'd be on so low HP that Turles would just die to the follow-up normals. Can we get an additional from the hidden potential? No. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we're dead now. Well, maybe. 3.7 for Turles. How much? Oh, okay. Well, we're dead. How much damage is that going to do? A lot, but how much? Jesus, almost 1 million. Alright, let's see if we can get back to this phase again and see what happens. Okay, so we're back in the event. We're here on turn 2. I figured we might as well just record all of it, right? Because there is the possibility that Turles just gets tagged by a super attack in the tech phase and then I die. And if we run out of attempts for the day, then that's it. But, I mean, the thing is, when it comes to doing some of these showcases, especially this one, where we know the unit is not necessarily going to be the best because so many units just struggle against Broly, that even if we end up just taking the L and Turles doesn't look that great, it's just a realistic showing of how he does in this event, so I'm not really too fussed. He did pretty good damage. He didn't get the stun, but we didn't have any more attacks in that slot anyway, so he's fine. Is Ginyu actually not going to take him out? He didn't get the additional super, okay. Well, we sealed Broly, so we don't need to worry about him supering. We did get brutal beatdown from Jace and, Raccoon Guldo in slot 1, which is pretty good. I think we need to... If Turles is on the other rotation, then we need to float you off. The rotations have definitely not been particularly great in this run, that's for sure. Good old red zone with the 3 attempts per day. There's nothing you could do about it. You just got to roll with it. Of course, he super attacks in slot 1 on the next turn, but fortunately, Golden Frieza is there to soak up that damage, because that would have been pretty unfortunate. I think he might actually even take him out because he's got such low health. Okay, well, I forget how bad full power Golden Frieza is at actually doing damage. Maybe if he got a crit, would have been okay, but yeah, I think the Ginyu Force LR not getting a crit. All right, it's up to Vegeta then, I guess. There's no way Vegeta doesn't kill him, but good work, physical Ginyu Force. All right, so we move on to the tech phase again. So this is where things are going to get a bit dicey. There's no safe slot to put him in. I think we just have to put him in slot 3. Again, this is kind of what I was talking about from the end of the last run, where if you're going to use him on teams, this is probably what you're going to be using him for most of the time, right? To be a support unit. So even though the point of the video is to see how he does against Broly, I mean, we already know that Tech Broly is going to smash him up a little bit. He's going to get what? With no support on the rotation for defense, what was he taking last time? 90-something K? So that's what's going to happen again here. And if he eats a super, then he's dead. I mean, if he took 1 million damage, basically, from the AGL Broly. So if he eats a super from Tech Broly, it is GG. And the fact that Tech Broly hasn't supered yet worries me quite a bit. Let's see how this plays out. I don't really want him to super attack Ginyu either, but I mean, I'll take that over Turles. Because Ginyu super attacked a few times now. He's got his links active with Recruitment Guldo, which I think... Do they have the Ginyu Force link that's a damage reduction link? Well, we're about to find out how much damage we're going to take here. I don't think we die. Oh, it's 410k. God damn. Alright, so for this run, after talking about it in the previous one, I did bring the Bulma support. 100k. Oh, we just survived by the skin of our teeth. Now, unfortunately, what that means is that Golden Frieza's passive is not active, which means we are in a pretty significant amount of trouble, because it's way too early to transform Ginyu. So this is very, very bad. I think we are just dead now. I guess I have to, right? I have to do this, even though I really don't want to. And if that shows me that there's a super in slot 1. Okay. Oh, no, wait, you have to have a Jace to get his scour, don't you? So, yeah, not really what I wanted to do, but basically if we don't kill him this turn, we just die, because Golden Frieza will just get destroyed. Also, physical Ginyu in slot 1 is not really ideal, but at least after he supers, at least with the 18 key super, like, his defense is going to be a lot better. But yes, did not play out well due to Link's, due to the starting rotation more so than anything. And then, yeah, eating that super on Captain Ginyu. Oh, 400k damage. I mean, Ginyu is pretty damn great. Everybody still talks about how awesome he is, and he is, but yeah, taking a super that early on from Tech Broly, even Ginyu, there's not a huge amount he can do. He lived, which is great, but we die, because unless Golden Frieza dodges, we definitely die, right? With no damage reduction, he takes like 350k from a normal. 243. Alright, well, we have got... Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. So, should we just get the revival? I can't even remember the last time I actually got this. So, you've lost all of your defense. So, let's do this. So, you're not getting a lot of extra defense. Then we'll do this, because we obviously want to keep you on rotation more so than Ginyu. And then we'll do this. So, we should die and get the revival here. Okay, well, I haven't seen this for a while. So, we're going to get this in the video. So, get the good old Vegeta revival. Now, unfortunately, Turles links worse with the Goku than he does with Vegeta. They have one link missing. Let me see what it is. Oh, it's probably going to be Brutal Beatdown, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure Goku doesn't have that. Yeah, okay. You were a proud Saiyan warrior. Well, we revived, so, you know, there is that. Now, I'm assuming when you get the revive, you... oh, and Turles is going to try... Okay. Turles is serious mode now. This is going to give us another big heal. How much defense is he going to have on this turn? You have no idea how badly I want to put him in slot 1. But he's got 221k defense. I mean, to be fair, Ginyu's defense isn't much better. So, after all that, are we just going to die in slot 1 to a super attack? I feel like we might. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Please don't super in slot 1. 100k. Alright, well, there we go. GG. So, that is Turles in the red zone. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have any partners good enough to go against Broly that can make it worth really running him on main rotation. I feel like you probably could get away with running him as a third slot support unit, but as we've seen from both the Tech Broly and the AGL Broly phase at the end, if you eat a super, then it is good night, sweet prince for Turles. So, yeah, there you go. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Hopefully, at some point, we get a new Turles. Obviously, the Great Ape Turles still needs an EZA. The LR Turles won't get an EZA for a long time. Heroes has the weird, like, legendary Evil Saiyan or whatever it's called form, where Turles has basically, like, Super Saiyan 3 hair, but it's still black and he still has his eyebrows. If they release that as a Heroes card, I could imagine he's going to have those Turles links. And if they make him, like, a slot 1 tank, imagine if they bring him out and he's, like, the extreme version of Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Then this Turles could actually be, like, cooking in slot 2. But as it is, probably not so great against Broly. But we'll dive into Omega and see if we can get him some redemption. But, yeah, that is AGL Turles against Red Zone Broly. So, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been The Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.